Boys and girls, good morning, good morning. I'm running late. I'm sorry. I'm running late. I've just seen, though. I've literally just seen. This is quite funny, right? I've just seen. Welcome in, good morning. I've just seen. Let me turn the tune down just a touch. I've just seen, right, that they've buffed the absolute shit out of Remix. They've buffed the absolute crap out of Remix. What have they done? They've apparently, by the looks of things, by the looks of things, they've doubled bronze. Hang on. I'm on the wrong screen here. They've doubled bronze, right? Doubled bronze. 250 to 500, 500 to 1,000, 750 to 1,500, 1,250 to 2,500. They've also jacked up the amount of threads you gain by 200%. What? And then they doubled it. Job done. Get out of here. That's wild. It's not like everybody told them though, right? So, where does that put me? In theory, that basically means that whatever bronze I still need to collect everything, that number's just been cut in half in terms of the amount of effort I need to put into it. Live with that. On my own, that's the equivalent of what, like 140,000 bronze per level 70 every couple of hours? Maybe they're trying to make it so people don't make so many alts, and the way they're doing that is by doubling the bronze. Yeesh. That should also mean your characters are a touch stronger by the time they even ding level 70. And, more importantly, it somewhat kind of feels like I might level up another character in Remix at some point. Because now it's only 300,000 bronze worth of effort. It cuts everything in half. Maybe. Only part that makes me mad is that they do this after I reach 90% collected on Remix. I mean, yeah, it's an odd one, isn't it? What did they actually say? I've only just briefly seen the numbers. We have a few upcoming changes that we hope will address some concerns and make the remainder of the event even more of a blast to blast through. We've heard repeatedly that the rate of bronze acquisition doesn't feel quite fast enough to allow you to comfortably collect all of the collectibles you're looking for, whilst also upgrading your gear. We investigated reducing upgrade costs and crediting players that had already upgraded their gear, but found technical limitations due to how Remix and Dragonflight interact with each other. The hell? Technical limitations due to how Remix and Dragonflight interact with each other. Well, in this case, then, we know what that means, don't we? It means they copied the spaghetti code for item upgrades from Dragonflight, twisted a dial on it, and now they don't have the ability to press Control-Z and undo it. Okay, sure. We landed instead on just doubling the value of bronze caches, as shown below. Well, this... I tell you what this does do. It nukes the viability of doing any, like, outer world farming. Like, this now propels raiding, like, far and above, like, the most valuable way of acquiring bronze. Now you do a heroic sweep on one of your characters and you're coming out with, like, 50k bronze. Like, in an hour. Because, obviously, every boss drops one of these caches. Lesser bronze cache. Every single boss in normal raids drops a lesser bronze cache, which is now 1,000 bronze a boss. Normal mode. Heroics give you 750 a boss, so they're 1,500 per boss. You kill one boss in the normal mode raid, and that's like 10 minutes of farming. There was a person on Reddit that hoarded the greater bronze caches since launch. They've got over 700k bronze in caches. What? Oh, they went for the long game. They went long game. They were like, I'm not opening these in case they buff them. Arguably, it's quite clever to do it that way. It's quite clever. Ah! Oh, God. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, they gave it the Chris Wilson. Then we doubled it. Was it Chris Wilson who said that? Okay. Sheesh. They've saved all of them since the beginning. Well, that said, mine, they must have put in a fair shift to actually acquire these in the first place, because, oh, these are all the dailies, aren't they? They've probably saved up their 3 dailies every day. No, even still, how many is this? That's a shitload. I suppose the 3 daily quests, first scenario, first heroic scenario, first normal, first heroic dungeon. So you get like 7 of these a day, easy peasy, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's like 2 weeks worth. Yeah, just this is like 2 weeks worth of daily stuff. Then this is extra, probably 3 weeks. Wow, okay. Sheesh. Is it two? Have they got 204 of them? Is that what it is? That's quite funny. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Do we go and, what's this one? What have they deleted? Alpha development notes. Where did it go? Where did, okay. I'm tempted to go do a blast in remix then. A blast of heroics. Spools, in addition, we wanted to make powering up to overpowering content easier. So we're going to triple the effect of spools. Eternal thread. Minor spools up to 60, up to 150, up to 300, up to 540. Which, if that lands on stamina, that's over 1,000 stamina in one go. Boom. Too bad I have nothing to spend bronze on. I mean, I've still got quite some effort to do over there. I've still got quite a shift to put in. But there's part of me now that wants to level that warlock and wants to get that warlock leveled up. And there's also part of me that now wants to play the paladin. But it's beta season right now. I can't devote too much time to this. Emperor Xiaohao reputation also increased by 700%. 700%. These are not casual hotfix numbers. These are like, oh my god, it was hella broken before. %700 buff. Oh yeah, we were off by we were off by nearly a factor of 10. Whoops. Whoops. Fished up another 3 of those items, by the way. We might have to investigate that at some point. Not today, though. Well, well, well. Okay, sure. Once the hotfix is applied, you'll see a new buff when you equip your cloak. The time runner's mastery, indicating that the changes are active. Alright. Tempted to go play. Do I dare read the comments? How many people are going to be doomering in the comments? Right, incoming Wowhead doomers. Dub. Thanks, Blizz. Maybe I'll play this weekend now. Weird how they waited until so many people burnt out before applying a band-aid the Blizzard way, I guess. Dear Lord. I mean, or they actually did improve it, although a bit late. Great changes. Glad to hear they're listening. 700% on Xiaohao may actually now make it worth doing. Cooking. Full upgrade path before this buff went out. No one else needs to know that pain. Getting fully geared wasn't painful. It took me the best part of 100 hours to do it, but I had an awful lot of fun in those 100 hours. People will literally always find something to complain about. Here you go, here's a briefcase of money. Oh, it's the wrong currency. Lord. Big win. Please put 25-man versions. Yes, I would love them to put 25-man versions. Mostly because it would mean then we can do better stream runs. Now, if only they could make it retroactive or just triple the threads that everybody already has. This makes the frog nerf feel a touch more painful. You farmed your ass off in the beginning, and then they took you back, and then you farmed it all back again, and now they just give everybody else triple threads. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, the feeling of being massively overpowered for the last few weeks has been incredibly fun, so there's no complaints from me. I can only laugh because probably 3 hours before the buff, I finished upgrading my gear. Whoops. Whoops. Nespresso ad, you should take the opportunity and ask for some sponsorship. Regarding that, I did something that I'm not entirely sure if. I mean, it doesn't really it doesn't really make much difference to me at the end of the day, but maybe not necessarily sponsorship bait. But Twitch has been pestering me to apply for their partner program for ages now. It keeps flashing up on my desktop. You should qualify for this. You should put in a review, and I'm like, all right, fine, I'll put in a review. Being a Twitch partner used to mean a lot more. It doesn't mean quite as much anymore. Since the 60-40 split, the 70-30 split on things like subs is actually available for anybody realistically nowadays. So one of the major perks of becoming a Twitch partner was kind of, filtered down so that everybody could have a go anyway. Honestly, I'm not really sure what being a Twitch partner even gives you these days. You used to have to sign into a pretty strict exclusivity contract, which is why I never did it before. But since they've dropped that limitation, I'm like, wow, I might as well give it a go. It gives me a little cool tick next to my name over on Twitch if it all goes through. So we'll see. But I'm not holding my breath. The first looks are starting to come out on YouTube as well. If I'm going to do some shameless promo, jump over onto the YouTube channel. The first look videos have started to come out. I know a few people have been questioning about if I'm going to do some short form content for the professions, and I have started it. Leatherworking's coming out later today. I'm trying to do one per day, just so that then it doesn't mess with the algorithm too much. I could, in theory, sit down and record all of them now. I think I'm pretty confident with most of the professions from a first look standpoint.
Is that your wallet?
But if I dump them all on YouTube in one go, it'll screw up things. So they'll drip feed out over the next few days. I think I just made up my mind about what professions to get to casually make gold as a raider and an M+er. Tailoring for the bags and engineering for the mount. I think that would be enough for my expenses. Both categories that will presumably have the chance to make some good gold with, I would imagine, yeah. I don't think we know how you get... I don't think we know what the materials are for the mount yet. But if tailoring and engineering work well for you from a raiding perspective as well, then sounds good. Terra King with a Prime, good morning. Thank you very much for that. 18 months now, that's big numbers. Thank you. Welcome back in today. The threads is nice, but rather a bit of a catch-up for those players who didn't play 2 weeks. I've 160k threads, and that's enough to get everything in Remix, including Mythic Siege. There are people out there that have farmed 10 times Shard Champions on the Timeless Isle with 600k threads. But yeah, at the end of the day, there's no difference with every item. There are people out there with 600k threads, probably. There's been some pretty optimal way of farming threads. I've never cared about farming threads, not in at all. I think my character, I've got about 10k main stat. but I've never put much focus into farming threads. I think that probably equates to about 150k threads. I don't know. After the frog nerf came into threads, I just gave up trying to farm threads. I'm like, I'll get them back again at some point, but... With Remix, we knew that they would buff stuff just like they did with Plunderstorm, and my guess is that they'll buff it again near the end. Maybe. Maybe. There's still like 68 days or something left on Remix. If you thought your hunter pet pathing was bad before, wait until you get into a delve with some mushrooms. Jesus Christ. Oh, the pets just run straight through them. Whoops. Yeah, that could be an issue. They need to put the Remix weapons on vendors. The drop rate is a bit of a joke. Yeah, I recently on Remix, because I still play Remix for an hour or so each day. I just haven't obviously devoted much time to it on stream recently. Although... there is part of me that thinks sitting in this hot tub is fun and all, but maybe I do go and have a little bit of a play on Remix for an hour. Where's my... maybe we'll give Remix a quick blast for half an hour while I get some coffee in at least. Should at least see what this buff looks like in practice. I actually had to switch to survival spec to start picking up some of the stuff I'm missing. And yeah, drop rates are... pretty tragic on some stuff. Hang on, we have double tunes going on. Let me just log this dude out for... is it an April Fool's joke? I'm about 2k away from Xiaohao Exalted with the daily 10-minute mob killing. I'm also 150k bronze away from every vendor item. Seems no reason to buff bronze in my opinion. There's enough out there. Yeah, but a lot of us have already played Remix way more than a normal person should have done. I've just seen my slash played is nearly up to 7 days. 6 days and 20 hours, and that's just on this one character. Like the mode has only been out like 3 weeks or something. So where's this new buff then? Is it up here somewhere? This one, Time Runner's Mastery. Bronze earned from bronze caches increased by 100%. Threads earned from spools of Eternal Thread increased by 200%. Sheesh! So they still give the same, but then they... okay, well, let's grab these. The Xiaohao rep business, did I do anything with that? Emperor Xiaohao, neutral. Oh, I ain't done nothing with this. I've done absolutely nothing with this. They nerfed the mailbox leveling. Some stealthy fix. I don't know. Not tried. Not tried. Oh, you're just purely speculating. I don't know. I have no idea. Right, let's wait for this dungeon queue to pop then. Go and see how this feels. Plays out. So yeah, cloak-wise, what am I up to? 145,000 threads. You know, just under 150. Only level 17 in Remix. I might just start doing the game now. I was waiting for the buff of this to arrive. I'm sure there's a bunch of people in the same position that maybe were still busy doing other things or didn't like the zug hustle of it at the beginning. I guess one thing we could probably do then is go and do a heroic raid clear or something. See just how much bronze we can get from that, because that feels like that is clearly going to be... Doing your daily content, doing the raids every day is now clearly the best bronze farm. This has kind of almost instantly nuked the open world hyperspawn farming, because they will not have had the 200% buff, right? The 200% buff is only going to come from big bronze tokens for doing things. Why didn't they just do this in the first place, you know? This is why it's easy for us to turn around and say, well, why didn't they do this from the beginning? But the cynic in me will turn around and say, well, they planned to do this all along. They wanted to make it more difficult, more grindy to begin with, so that they can turn around and then make it easier and get a pat on the back for doing it. It's the good guy Blizzard approach. Give you the shit version first means when we give you the good version, we get praised twice. And we get to double dip on publicity. Get all the negative publicity, which is still publicity at the beginning of people complaining that it's too difficult. And then we get all of the positive publicity when we fix it to where we were going to put it in the first place. Genius. Absolutely genius. True understanding that there's no such thing as negative press. All news is good news. From a marketing perspective. I have no idea what we do here. Start the brewing in the Kung Lai kicker. No? Who do we talk to here? Oh? Is it bugged? No, you gonna do it? You're doing it. Can we do both Mythic and Siege of Orgrimmar for the heirloom currency daily? You can do all 3 versions of Siege of Orgrimmar daily if you wish. Doing Siege of Orgrimmar 3 times in a day though is some graft. I'd not recommend it. Then again, my character's probably more than capable now of soloing most everything. It wouldn't surprise me if I could even solo some of the heroics at this point. Not that there's really any need to, because it's not like there's a shortage of people wanting to do heroic content. You can always find a group for it. Defenses set up? What are these defenses? Never understood this flipping scenario. Mean setup defenses. I don't even know. I technically don't ever need to do Siege of Orgrimmar ever again if I don't want to, though. I've got plenty of bones in my bag for all of the outstanding stuff. I've already bought my tusks. That's done. Four of 10 have been set up. What the hell's going on with this thing? I don't even understand. I understand it's very... 2.5k from a daily quest is pretty juicy. What's this? Pulse the wave emitter to stun invaders. This is just a stun. Oh, I'm not kicking people because they're AFK. I don't even know what's going on here. Go in, kill things. Kill things I can do. Kill things we can do. This is easy. Kill things, things die. Oh, it's also going to be weird now with all of the changes for hunters on beta. I hope I don't get too comfortable and too used to those beta changes, because it's then going to mean playing Yolndy default normal hunter's going to feel weird again. Oh god, between retail, remix, and beta, I'm going to be playing 3 different versions of a hunter, and my brain's going to give me mush. Any hunter mains in chat though? Did anybody have a chance to have a bit of a poke around and a bit of a proper play with the new talents? We spent 10 minutes or so me trying to fumble my way through it like a pro. But it's I'm clearly no expert on this sort of thing. Seemed very bleed heavy. Seemed very sensible to spec into like doing lots of bleeds, which was an interesting twist. I used to like the whole serpent sting meta way back in the day for hunters. Not had that for quite some time, at least not for BM. Enjoying the changes. BM Dark Ranger. Yeah, I need to spend a little bit more time investigating which path I'd prefer to go in. As long as people who are significantly more educated are excited about it and think that they're cool, I'm happy. One thing I'm willing to trust the opinion of others on. I'll stick in my lane. I'll break the economy down for people if they can break the classes down for me.
Hello there.
One more welcome in. Hello, hello. Where's the rest of these invaders? Yeah, are we good? This is such a long-ass flipping scenario, this, isn't it? We've been in it like an hour now. How many hunters you played for how many years? Yeah, it doesn't mean I'm any good at it. What? It's remarkably difficult to have a strong understanding of your class from the auction house. Think about it. Still totally clueless. Boom. I'll be more once kill command increases beast cleave. Beast cleave is fun. Stack as many pets as you can. Make things go boom. This druid's on a mission. I like this. I like this. Can't kill these fellas, but they're good to use as target dummies. Nice. Yeah, so regular threads and stuff that drop are still same old, same old. So it's only the caches that they've increased. That gives, it's purely only the caches. which instantly makes raid farming the best in slot bronze farm. Like, instantly. There's almost no question about it now. Gearing up your character and then running through heroics every day is the way to get the most amount of bronze in the least possible time. Manthe is living proof that WoW is not pay to win. Well, sure. Doesn't matter how big your credit card is or how much gold you got in your back pocket. You cannot buy skill. True dat. Get to level 70. Farm for a few days. This means every day of like quick and easy. Every day of quick and easy shit is now worth like half an upgrade path to you now. I think. Maths is correct. 2,500 bronze apiece. Boom, boom, shake the room. Even with that scenario taking 1,000,000 years, we're still doing 22,000 bronze an hour. Go turn these in whilst we wait for the other queues to pop. That kind of almost makes killing world bosses worth doing again. Reds. Oh, 540 agility. That's so juicy. The real winner is speedrunning the first 4 raids on heroic. You can probably get them all done in about 45 minutes. Pretty much. You can do a full heroic clear in about an hour and a half. The only thing that slows you down is some of the RP in TOT and Siege of Orgrimmar. We are flying. Okay. Bob is blasting. Rapid shot, volley. Marksman hunter. And weirdly, this kind of puts LFR into the position where it might actually be worth doing LFR even again. Since the cash you get at the end of this. See, this goes to show, right? Balance is not difficult. You just got to do the maths. It was always meant to be that gearing up your character and running through raids and becoming overpowered was clearly the way they wanted you to farm your bronze. It was never meant to be like, let's AFK farm shit in 2x4 groups. LFR Siege of Orgrimmar last wing for the heirlooms seems like a good once per day. It doesn't drop bones on LFR, so maybe not. It's normal heroic, and mythic only. doing on this one? Beat the Alliance. They kind of want you to finish Remix before pre-patch. Well, like I said, there's part of me that thinks this was always in the great plan, you know? I can't possibly believe they didn't do the maths on this sort of stuff before it launched. No, this is why I think some of the decisions we saw were just ludicrous, right? It wasn't that it was bugged, it was like... It wasn't just like that they hadn't done the maths. They'd clearly done the maths and they were like, right, well, for the first 4 weeks, we're going to make it a bit more challenging and then we're going to ease up a touch. How are we going to do that? Well, in 4 weeks' time, we'll give everybody just twice as much bronze. GG. I do despise Blizzard's way of saying play this way and not the way that you want. Yeah. Yeah. But this mode kind of was designed to push you into like super OP and that sort of direction, right? If you want to just farm quests and be overpowered, you can do that in retail, you know, anyway. There is very rare occasions where we get to feel like this overpowered in what could be considered like current content. This is why, even from the word go, I was like, everybody should at least once level a character to max. It's a lot of bronze, it's a lot of time, but it's also a lot of fun. And it's hard to quantify that fun, but being overpowered is just fun. I don't know, you know, there's no other way to describe it. We don't get to do this, like, ever in WoW. Everything in retail is so very carefully controlled, so everybody does a similar amount of damage, and it's all sort of fair and even, and only in this mode have they sort of, like, said, right, just go and get ridiculously overpowered, and then go smash through raids. Where's the other barrel? Oh, okay. What? Now what are we doing? Oh, we're still on the wrong ship. How are we still on the wrong ship? How do I... It feels like an absolute wild goose chase, this one. Well, now I have to swing from one ship, cannon into another ship. I never know where I am. Boom, there we go. Easy business. Woo! Is that going to be mostly everything on our little daily sweep now after this last time? Oh no, we got the one with the flipping time gating in it again. That's why some people wait for Blizzard to make adjustments before they hop into the new content. It's not a terrible idea. It's not a terrible idea, but you know, I unfortunately am a bit of a slave to whatever the social hype meta is these days. Which means, for me, honestly, half the time waiting 2 weeks to do the content just isn't an option. Self-inflicted problems, but... Oh, okay. Died pretty fast. Might want to change the title. It's a bit bait for this stream. Oh, it is a little, isn't it? Yeah, you're not wrong. Testing remix on. I can't so easily change it on YouTube. It's a title for a video and a whole vlog. I'll change it after on YouTube. Does Trailblazer stack? It does, yeah. Have I got double Trailblazer on right now? I usually do. Yeah. 2 points in Trailblazer up here and Trailblazer in the meta gem. Zoom! When can I dong the dong? Let me dong the dong. I wish I could just run down here and nuke all of these. Never know when I can dong the dong. I have to kill things first. Nothing's happening. So impatient. Remix has made me very impatient. Not good. I end up doing busy work whilst just waiting for bosses to do things. Right, come here, you. Right, demolishers. You can tell the lobies to ring the dong while you kill the waves. That thing. I suppose, yeah, you could be right. It seems to be doing its thing, alright. It'll be fine. We'll get it done in a second. What I do want to do, actually, whilst we do have 5 seconds. Oh, opening all the things it didn't like it, did it? World events, remix. I am getting there. 91%. This is not on everything mode, unfortunately. On everything mode, I still need quite much more, but that's because I've only played on a hunter. I don't particularly want to do everything 4 times just to get everything. Not when we've got shit to do in beta. So, but you know, an hour or 2 a day doing a blast. You can do a world tour of heroics. We might do, yeah. I'm sure there's plenty of people that want to do a quick world tour of heroics. We'll do it after this. That'll only take an hour or so, and then we'll get back into doing some leveling on beta towards the end of the stream. Second half of the stream. But yeah, if you want to blast through some heroics, obviously I can only bring 9 people for the first ones, but as soon as we get to Siege of Orgrimmar, we can do a 30-man take anybody in their dog kind of world tour. Aha, finally, big dude. Can we just go nuke his ass now? Dead. There we go. That was fun, wasn't it? Nice. Welcome in, Zan. How are we doing? I'm sure you've seen the buffs to remix. They're pretty silly. Not that they matter much for me. Well, yeah, they don't matter a huge amount for me either, but I still need some bronze to collect everything, so I've been slacking. Bigger buff than expected, also earlier than expected. In a way, quite a smart buff, though, I feel. Buffing the caches was probably the right way to do it. If they just gave you a buff, which is you now pick up twice as much bronze. Because this one has now, we were talking about this earlier, it's made it so that like Outer World 2x4 sweaty farming is not really so much the smart play anymore. Running the raids actually now stands way above doing that sweaty farming business. Now, obviously, I understand raiding is also not everybody's cup of tea, but it's kind of the concept of this mode pretty aggressively. That you get strong and then you go and slap the raids. Need more bodies to go do some beta testing. There's key giveaways and all sorts of things going on, I think. This time round. So even if you, and I've also seen a few people already saying that they haven't pre-purchased the Epic Edition and have had an invite come through all the same. So the system's in full swing to get people in. So I doubt if you really do want to get in there and have a bit of a poke around and a play, it'll take too long. There's also the natural progression of beta being that there will have been a bunch of people that jumped on it when it first became available, and very quickly they'll level a character, and then they'll try and run a few dungeons and test a few delves, and then that'll be it. They'll be out of there. See you later. There's not many people that stick around to actually properly do testing. Most people treat it like early access. And then when they, kind of have seen things, they dip. Can we kill this dude before he transitions? Yes. All the collector testers are still on Remix. Well, honestly, I think if you're a hardcore collector going into Remix, you didn't actually have that much to do other than the new weapon drops, which is a slow and steady methodical grind for anybody involved. But yeah, look, all we did there, right, for reference, all we did was our little easy clean sweep of our one time, our normal dungeon, our heroic dungeon, our normal and heroic scenario, and the first wing of Raid Finder. We got over 20,000 bronze. And it took us, based upon our bronze per hour, it didn't really take us much more than half an hour. So that, in theory, in half an hour a day, it takes you basically 1 hour to do a full upgrade thing now. which is, I think, far more acceptable a pace, I think. I think it sort of makes sense. Let's do a quick blast through heroics though. You want to come and do some heroic sweeps, preferably players who are willing to stick through each one. We'll start in good old Mogoshon Vault. Oh, okay. What's going on here? Make your mind up. What are we up to? 7. 3 more. Welcome in, Zan. How long does it take? Well, a full sweep shouldn't take much more than an hour. 9, 10. Is that 10? 10. Right, let's rock and roll. Where the flipping hell's Mogoshon Vaults? That's the one up here, isn't it? You'd think I'd know by now. Can I remember? Let me make sure I've done raid difficulty heroic. There we go. They're nice until you get 1k stamina and then you cry. Yeah, I got 540 main stat earlier and I was like, ooh, so good. Hang on, where am I going? I have massively missed. Ooh. Right, let's get everybody in, and then we'll go by the theory that this is a no messing run. Just run, just blast. Run and blast. We're not messing about. If you get left behind, you get left behind. Speed mode engaged on this one, please, boys and girls. Let's get it done. I think by this point we know what we're doing. If you don't, enjoy the ride. I'm just wondering, should I reset my bronze tracker? Nah, we'll keep it as it is. Good indication of what's possible. It doesn't stand a chance. Oh, this is fun. Oh, these are the regular bronze caches, aren't they, for this one? How many? Is it just the final boss that gives the big ones? I think it's just the. I think for these first couple of ways, it's just the last boss. Throne of Thunder actually gives probably the best bronze now. Because I think the last 4, if not 5 bosses in Throne of Thunder give you the big dick, like, caches. Which are now 2,500 bronze apiece. Final on the first 3, then the last 4 on TOT and Siege of Orgrimmar. Maybe. Can't remember. Sounds about right, though. I guess heroic dungeons are going to feel nice with the threads now. Potentially. TOT is bugged and is giving 2 caches. Is it really? Oh, we'll see if that happens in a bit. We go Throne of Thunder next. In before hotfix. Oh, it was for the whole of Remix? Was it really? I don't know. Either way, it's a lot of bronze pretty quickly now. Animus is giving 2 greater ones. Oh. Awfully quiet in here. YouTube land, no music, no game sound. Oh, is there no game sound either? Oh, no, there isn't. Yeah, sorry. It's because we switched games. That's actually my bad as well. Sorry. Fixed. Just got my wonderful voice to keep you entertained. Boom. Boom, boom, shake the room. Somebody have the same issue with ATT. I bought like 3... Yesterday bought 3 vendors empty with Morgan each time. ATT tracking for the appearances is... Well, it's a challenge for ATT due to how Blizzard implemented it. You have to do weird and wacky things like log out and log back in for all of the things to show up properly. Such annoying if you're trying to like finalize and buy everything. Kind of how I've, or kind of why I've decided to mostly farm up all of the bronze I need and then just do big sweeping, buy everything in one go situations. I did that for the mounts. We've bought all of the mounts. I'm saving up again to buy all of the toys, and then we'll save up and we'll buy the remaining mog that we need. I get an invite for the raids. I still don't have the neck. I work a lot and didn't get it. If we can only take 10 people for the first ones. If we have dropouts, I will reopen the group, and it's to keep it fair. I go first come, first served. I try not to put much requirements. Down he goes. Down he goes. Do I technically need anything from these raids? I don't think I do need anything from the final raids now. No. Raids, tier 14 raids. Mogushan Vaults. Oh, I did technically...
I see everything clearly now. The Titans. It would seem the
Oh, I need, like, achievements, believe it or not. Not even flipping... I don't even know. I don't even know what this means. Bring the accursed. Anything you can do, I can do better. What was all of this business? Anything you can do, I can do better. Beat Feng the Accursed in normal or heroic difficulty after mimicking each of the following abilities. Oh, Lord have mercy. Get that. How long a Mythic Siege of Orgrimmar run would take if fully geared? 45 minutes to an hour, yeah. Honestly, the things that slows people, like, there's a default minimum time it takes to get through Siege of Orgrimmar just because of all of the RP. There are some bosses that just take 10 minutes. There's nothing you can do about it. That's the thing. Like, bosses just fall over. Bosses die. Like, you're not spending most of your time actually killing bosses. As you can probably see from this, they just get nuked and they fall over. Mythic's exactly the same when you've got a team of fully geared people. Fall over. Leah DK, hey friend, I'm the Balance Druid. Ah, welcome in, welcome. I am trying to pay attention to Twitch chat. It's just a little bit difficult when we go so fast.
It is done then. Yet, how many of these machines
Let's head Heart of Fear next if we can. Excuse me.
secrets of the Morgul? I fear that our war against our ancient enemies.
Oh, look at all the bronze. It's so juicy. 40k bronze an hour so far today. $84k after a full heroic raid clear, I think. Nice. That basically, well, yeah, I was able to pretty easily get 50k bronze a day. And the way I did it was mostly by doing a heroic run plus the daily stuff. So arguably that's now just doubled. It should be 100k a day. 100k a day feels about right. We got room for one more for Heart of Fear. Let's change the group. Room for one more. First come, first served. Yeah, the RP is the main issue with Pin Siege of Orgrimmar. Nobody for Heart of Fear? Potentially a lot more. Level 41, it's heroic. How has a level 41 Devastation Evoker been able to queue up for this when it's set to heroic? Odd. Huh, okay. Sorry, I can't invite a level 41 because you wouldn't be able to come in. Okay. I didn't know that was a thing. Let's get him in. Get him a summon. You can do heroic at the same time as normal, you just don't hit things. I thought you weren't even allowed in until you're level 70. Maybe not. I don't know. I must admit I've never tried. While I say I don't really put many restrictions in place, for heroics you do kind of at least need to be 70. Oh, you get in, you just don't get any loot though. Oh, I see, okay. Well, I mean, that's kind of pointless then, isn't it? Comes. Nuke his ass. Oh, come back, you stinky bug. Dead. Be nice if we could keep to this like 40k an hour. Got to get that. We got that. That's rookie numbers in it today. We got to do better than that. Even on heroic now, I can't press my buttons fast enough. I've got 5 GCDs to get a boss down.
To hear that sound, but to have it happen to my own Brethorax is ridiculous. Wingless grubs, you step out into my domain, wrath of the Empress. Bring mighty Garelon.
Okay, nice. Next boss. Go, go, go. Hang on, did he stun half of our damage somehow? He did. Is it possible to get Hujin Pandarian or Nat Pagal to Exalted in Remix? The last thing I kind of missed. I don't know. I can't remember. Probably. I think I'm pretty much exalted with, well, honestly, anybody that I care about. I've not done the whole tree. That Pagal is possible, but real shit. You need to turn in the rare fish. Oh, is that how you do it? Ouch. Yeah, it's kind of funny they left fishing in. I can't remember if we pull this guy too fast. He does his... Keep up, keep up, keep up. We pull him too fast, he pounces on the wrong people and he resets. Motherfuckers. A res? Appreciates. Streamer prior. Love that. Right, we'll head over to Toes after this one. We'll keep them in order. I'll throw a raid warning out in a minute for those who are not listening. Down he goes. Good job. Some fresh toes. Let's clear some gear. Oh, I wondered what that item was. Too late. Dead now. 50k bonds an hour seems about right. I think so. I think that's mostly it. Where's my vouchers? There's my vouchers. Terrace of the Endless Springs. That's this one over here, isn't it? Never learnt it, budget mage. Love that. Whoops. I don't think I have half the portals on my mage either. Who's stolen the entrance? Is you got a mage at home? Yeah, it's not exactly. You got the vouchers. Between your vouchers and your Hearthstone, you should be good. I'm gonna miss the portals though. In retail, there's definitely some features in Remix that is going to be sorely lost. I'm not trying to put Warlocks out of a job, but the consumable portals, very tasty. Big fan. Gonna miss the run speed. Yeah, for sure. Running faster than mounted?
The terrace was not meant for your kind.
Is everybody in? Still missing somebody. Warlocks do want to be out of that job. Maybe. I'm sure some love it. I'd be happy to never get a summon whisper ever again. Fair. I got more than 6 GCDs off this boss though. Feels like a luxury these days.
No, the waters. I must resist. I shall not fear.
43,000 bronze an hour. Few more bosses and we'll be pushing 50k an hour, I reckon. 10 million stats on Cloak is actually now looking more reasonable. If there are people that are willing to go at the same pace as they've already been going, maybe, yeah. At least in terms of stamina. They've buffed bronze gain now? Yeah, they doubled it from caches. There's this buff now, Time Runner's Mastery. Bronze earned from bronze caches increased by 100%. Spools have been tripled for their threads. Why we're doing a quick blast in remix. It's now even more worth to run through heroics every day. Another 3 to 4 weeks is going to be another. Well, now the buff is here. It's, you know, it's one single knob at Blizzard HQ to just, you know, change the numbers on the thing. This is why I think it was probably planned all along, honestly. With a limited time event, they were always going to buff it. There was no denying they weren't going to do something. It's just that nobody knew what they were going to do. And this works. This works. Maybe it's better to farm raids now than to level up alts. Well, this is the thing, right? It kind of is. But of course, your limitation is that you can only run the raids once per day per max level character. So it's kind of in one sweep. Nerfed every single world farm. For bronze perspectives, at least, anyway. It's also simultaneously nerfed the leveling. Like, passively. There's no active nerf to the leveling. You'll still get your, like, 70 to 80k bronze per character you level, and you can still do it fast. But the first thing you should probably be doing in the day is a heroic clear on a max level character. That's going to be the best bronze per hour short-term blast, at least. Oh, the wife bringing me lunch. What have I done to deserve this? Hang on, be right back, boys and girls. If I can get a summon to Throne of Thunder. Right, sorry, we're back. We're good. I'm going to have to do some nomming at the same time. Since we mainly level alts via heroics and thus get caches, I don't think alt leveling is worse. The chest things you get don't seem to have been buffed. Only bronze caches. These things. So you don't get all that many of them from Dungeon Run, do you? No, I don't think you do. Like I said, it's not so much of an active nerf. It's more that when they buff everything else, you know. Oh, we've had a lever. We've had a lever. No problems, no problems. Appreciate the run. Does mean we got one more spot for Throne of Thunder on heroic. One spot for Throne of Thunder. Oh, dear wife has put chili mayonnaise on my pasta salad, and it's touch spicy. Chili mayo is bit. I just don't expect it on pasta salad. Chili sort of creeps up on you. Good though. Any food's good when you haven't had to make it yourself. Looking at the numbers, we should still have plenty of DPS to just absolutely blast Dark Animus. We should be fine. Bone total up him. Whack him. 41,000 bronze an hour right now. Oh, I need things in Throne of Thunder, actually, I think. Raids, Throne of Thunder, Heroic. 3 weapons I need from Heroic. Dynamancer's Spear, Shandun, Breaker of Courage, Soulwood Spire. If anybody happens to loot one of those in Throne of Thunder, you need. I am in survival loot spec, yeah. I've been in survival for a while. I've got pretty much everything I can get from DM spec. Nearly, anyway. There's something I need in Siege of Orgrimmar. Longbow I still need. But love the summon. Thank you, thank you. Since warbands are coming, decided to spread my crafted mod game, already covering blacksmithing and tailoring, but missing leatherworking. Started yesterday, already sold a few leather mail gear, happy about it. Good effort, good effort. Cross realm, I suppose. Welcome TOT on Chromus. I don't know if I've just read that message late, but we are full now. We'll open it up again for Siege of Orgrimmar, though. You're up for Siege. Okay, all summons are out. Nearly managed to stuff my face. Downtime between raids. This is perfect.
The Thunder King, give me power. Come,
Boom!
I'll show you.
Right, last one there's a rotten egg. Go. That chili mayo is hot. Ice me the ball. Get through. Oh, but the needle. Oh, we got some snaky boys. Wiggly friends. Oh, I'll deal with the wig. Just a couple of danger noodles. Roadhog. Where's Student? I've lost Student. Student? Where's he gone? Stupid pigeon, where you at? All the way back here. Oak.
Welcome, weaklings, to the rebirth of the Zondolari Empire. The tribes have assembled, Ye face not one force, but the combined might of all the troll empire.
Alright, last bit of food.
And the Zul will span all the continents of Azeroth once again. And ye lesser races will know pain. Now witness the true might of the Beast War. The Kala de Chuka Horadon. Kalamaste.
Weird, I've just eaten lunch. And I'm still drinking coffee from breakfast. It's gonna make my brain very confused.
Rocky tribe, slay their flesh with the fury of the sun. Now it be mine. You gonna see what it means to be a war god.
Oh, I've dropped below 40,000 bronze an hour now. Oh, it's all going horribly wrong. We drop below 40,000 bronze an hour, we technically drop below, like, leveling bronze rates. My goal here is to try and prove that running heroics every day is actually a better use of your time than leveling alts. But at the moment, I'm struggling to keep that a reality. And obviously, you got to bear in mind that if you are leveling alts, well, you get a free level 70 out of it. Which has a current retail value of like $60. So yeah, even with these buffs, I still think that the overall win is still to level alts. Has anybody leveled an alt today, though? Have we made sure that they've not made any sneaky changes to the leveling thing? Because that would be something that they'd very easily hotfix and not tell anybody about. I'm doing it right now, still no change. Oh, okay. How do you need more characters? You on Battle.net number 3 at this point? Suppose. Get the number to go bigger, right? Consolidating everything onto Draenor, replacing 200 plus level 70s. Oh, okay, that'll do it. That'll do it. Could have picked a realm that wasn't where I play. Although I'm quite sure you were there first. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm quite sure you were there first. Oh, hello. I heard ATT go off. What did we get? Dynamancer Spire. Boom! 1 down. Only 2 more to go. 2 more weapons I need from here. Hop down, hop down, hop down, hop down, hop down, hop down, hop down. Down, hop down. Oh no, I've lost student again. Dismiss. Okay. Ooh, we nearly lost some people there. It's a full-time job maining that many alts. If only he had only 200. For your sanity, I do hope that with that many alts, they slow down the recharge rate on concentration. Logging in every single one and cycling through every single one of those practically every single day is going to hurt. It'll make a lot of gold, though. It'll be very worth. No gold in the universe would make me have 200 alts. Well, you can fit over 500 characters on a single Battle.net account now. And because you can, people do. How long does it take to level on Remix and alt? Well, my record is 2 hours, 19 minutes, but people have done it even faster than that. And that's not even like super duper mega speed levely. That was just doing the right thing at the right time. Sub 2 hour runs, I think, are entirely possible. This boss is a bag of dicks. I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. Please kill. Okay, what a miss. We winning, boys? Are you winning, son? $10 mil a week, change your mind. It's not bad. Now, with that many alts and that much gold, I would almost put myself in the position where I'd be kind of disappointed if you weren't RMTing, truth be told. Not that I could advocate it for anybody in any way, shape or form, but when you have access to make that much gold, like, it starts to get to that level where you're like, why would you not? It's wild. It's why it doesn't surprise me that World First Raiders are probably involved in some form of RMT, but RMT behind the scenes. Not throwing anybody under the bus, I have no knowledge of this. This is entirely speculation, but I would be very surprised if there wasn't some. The only reality is the big boys out there don't need to, because they make money from their streams and they make money from, you know, that side of things. That's their... they don't need to do dodgy stuff in the game particularly so much, but like top 10 guilds who do not necessarily have quite the same following, maybe? I don't know. Probably not a topic of conversation that's worth discussing in too much detail. Okay, right, that's the dick boss down. Or the three-headed dick boss. Trying to keep the game a game, if that makes sense. I'm fine with my 10-ish ults. That makes me a decent amount of gold. I would go insane with that many. It's the way the game progresses, though. When you start multi-boxing like 8 accounts simultaneously, and you're trying to, you know, do a bunch of things at the same time, the game becomes managing them. You know, football manager games are like one of the most popular franchises of video games, even though to some people it feels deathly boring. But you know, the game, you know, managing it all is the game. Just because it's integrated within a very popular MMO, you almost do start playing a game of your own when it's that much. I remember this from sort of back in BFA days where multi-boxing was still less frowned upon. In terms of the fact that I remember having quite a lot of fun just trying to figure out how to how to do everything. That was the game back then. Die, you big slug. Oof, that was close. What are you all doing in these webs? Turn around and everybody was webbed. What's going on here? Stupid spiders. Okay, who we lost? We lost a DK. Can we let's get a quick summon on for the DK. Oh, somebody's already way ahead of me. Love that. Right, we good? Last. I wonder if extra bronze will get converted to something. It's a good question. Without knowing if they're going to do like other remixes, because it could end up being kind of like time walking badges. Although, I don't know. The likelihood is you'd have to make new characters for new remixing anyway, so maybe there isn't the ability so much to use it in that regard. I don't know. Turning it to gold though would be wild. Even just a straight 1-for-1. Pretty wild. I don't think that would be too far-fetched, though. Other than, oh my god, could you imagine the inflation caused by it? Sheesh. Nax Running's the best alt army at the moment, at least with multiple accounts. For tier 3 stuff still. Yeah, probably. You can run 8 through there simultaneously. And actually running multiple battle.nets, you could run even more through there in one go. Right, we all here? Fuck him up. Get him gone. Get him down before he does his thing. Kill for mission tables again? I don't know. I don't miss mission tables particularly. But it was good that something like mission tables existed. It was what I'd consider a nice, easy, low-hanging fruit. Which mostly for me is where I think they have removed a lot of the gameplay features for players. The low-hanging fruit for goal making nowadays, realistically, is flipping dragon races, and in my opinion, that's a bit sad. I would much rather there be something that's easily obtainable by players, even if it takes a little bit of effort in the first place to get it up and running. Low-hanging fruit, my favourite. It's juicy. This is another boss. I never really learned what the hell we meant to do on this boss. You meant to stand in some blood pools or something to get, like, some damage buff or something. I don't even know. The amount of time I've done this raid and I still have no idea what I'm doing on half the bosses. Kill blobs, get damage buff. Oh, what's these things? All stats. All stats reduced? No! How'd I get all stats reduced? That's not what I wanted. Well, he's going down either way. Clean! Not a single death. Love that. Alright, we might really need to blast on this next boss.
Stop them! The animus must not be disturbed!
Ooh! A bonus rare. Yeah! Threads for days.
Way, you temp forces you do not understand.
Is it double bronze already? It is indeed. Right, let's get this trash cleared. Before we pull the boss, we're gonna all stack behind the boss.
Wound yourselves
Everybody in and everybody behind the boss.
unleashed.
We're gonna all stand at the back here, and then we're gonna absolutely rip him a new one. And it's a race for us to kill him before he kills us. We can even stack in the corner if we want to do full sweats. Right, I think we're all here. Where's the... Alright, fuck him up. Ah, easy mode. Good job, boys and girls. Well done. Double bronze cash. 5,000 bronze from killing one dude. Hang on. I love that ATT is now showing that you have appearances ready for your future warband.
Show your enemy
I noticed that the other day, and I don't exactly know what it means.
I will fight with my
I guess it's a little bit of a heads up that you have this appearance on another character and it will be merged, so you don't need to try and get it again or something like that. Which I guess is kind of cool. Hey, the guys that fix up ATT are absolute wizards, by the way. I mean, it is truly a community effort, which is really nice.
Rorschach, grant me wings of flame.
Ah, we got him. I love it when you nuke him so fast. He just bugs out. Free kill. Happy bronze buff day. It was always coming, wasn't it? It was always coming. We're averaging over 30k bronze an hour right now. And it's probably more if I actually open everything in my bags. 42,000 bronze an hour so far today. And we're yet to do Siege of Orgrimmar. A lot more fun than 2x4s, that's for sure. Yeah, it was 2x4s were always going to be a thing. I remember before Remix even started, we were like, well, clearly people are just going to farm bronze by 2x4s because you're going to be limited to how much bronze you can get per day from, like, activities. So it was always going to be a thing. What we weren't really so much expecting were that those 2x4 farms would outperform the actual activities. But at least now they've seemingly addressed that with today's doubling of the caches, making 2x4 farming, world mob farming probably less efficient in like all round. Yeah, they've doubled the amount of bronze you get from these cache things. So this greater bronze cache is now giving me 2,500 bronze, which is pretty spicy. They've also tripled the amount of threads you get. We're already go. God, I thought I was about to get blown off then. Oh, balls. I missed those two. Whoops. Now I'd be happy if they put all the transmog on, the weekly transmog on a vendor. Oh, the weapon transmog, sorry. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the amount of shit you can buy from a vendor already. Like, I get it. But, like, the weapon mogs that are drops is meant to be, like, the true long tail to the mode. I mean, like I said, I get it. But at this point, this is just people wanting everything. And, yeah, I know, I get it, but... Blizzard loves there to always be a stretch goal. Every goal needs a stretch goal. Goal of getting 1.6 million or whatever the flipping hell it was the goal for most people to start with. People have done that, and now they're after a stretch goal. So... It's good. It's good that not everything is super easily accessible, I think. I know people disagree, but... I forget how long this fight takes. Nearly got my cooldowns up again. So I have got cooldowns up again. Holy shit. Boom. Alright, last boss. Right, boys and girls, we're going to do Siege of Orgrimmar next, which means I can open it up to 30 people. So get your characters logged on if you want to come and do a Siege of Orgrimmar heroic. We'll be heading over there next. I'll open the group once this boss is down. Down the summon. Done gone bust the game, innit?
This twisted world is beyond redemption, beyond the reach of
625 hours it's taken me since March the 23rd to level up 60 alts to level 70. Compare that to Remix. Do Remix if you want alts. Oh shit, we're off. Wasn't paying any attention. Wasn't even looking at my screen.
the touch of creation and destruction. This is but a taste of my power.
Nice. Alright, let's head over to Siege. Siege of the Orgrimmar variety.
Powerful than he was even. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps there is still hope. There is a yawning chasm of darkness beneath you mortals. Vast and
After Remix, I imagine the Full House Club will grow immensely. Oh, what, guys that have like max level characters on their accounts? Quite probably, yeah. I think that situation is going to be significant. Right, let me open the group then for Siege of Orgrimmar. This is a heroic run. As long as we've got enough blasters in, I don't really care what item level you've got. So as long as you're 70 plus. While you all throw your invites in. Beautiful. Right, what are we looking like bronze-wise? 45,000 bonds an hour. Yes, we're keeping it above the 40k. Love that. Love that. Any more for any more? Oh, I thought your name was Kleenex then. I thought that's a brave name. Is that everybody? Hang on. No, we can fit more than that. We can fit 5 more in, can't we? 1, 2, 3. Room for what should be 2 more? I think.
once the Titans used these life-giving waters to
Everybody? I think that's everybody.
It is these waters that
Okay.
keep the Vale in bloom. Their runoff into the Valley of the Four Winds.
Stupid potions and bandages and shit. We don't. It's rubbish.
And now, the malignance of the old god has manifested itself within the waters.
Okay.
Such a foul
Right. Let's head to the first boss. We'll clear some trash and then we'll get summons out.
into the soil and corrupts all of Pandaria.
Need only the first boss. Is it okay? Sure, fine. But we can fill spots. It's fine. How did you manage to end up needing only the first boss? Clever. Yeah, I'll people can stick around for as long as they need. We'll just we'll fill gaps. Fine. Finally max gear, now I can actually play the game. It feels good when you get that max gear. You're like, right, now all of my bronze is going to fun stuff. Or to the collectibles at least. You max after this as well. Nice. Who's this? Let's oh, we don't need heals. Don't worry about the fact that we don't actually need heals. I just want as many people here to take advantages of bosses. Oh, they're back online. They're back online. So just quick DC. Is everybody here? Is everybody in? People have spread out. I'm going to assume everybody's here. Let's just fuck him up then. Go. Is he going to be dead in one phase? What do we think? See, the funny thing is about character limit nowadays, it's what, 65 now, isn't it? Because they gave us 5 more for remix. It's weird, right? Because the argument every time is, why do they even have a limit? But there's part of me that, like, it's already challenge accepted by many players to have a full account of 65 max level characters. Like, if they just open the floodgates, like, the numbers would just get bananas. Not that I think it really matters that much if players have lots of characters, but even still. Oh, we've lost a body. Lost a body. Siege Orgrimmar heroic. One more spot. Clearly getting a little bit lazy with my group names. Whoops.
No, no. The Golden Lotus? But they pledged
Get my
their
summon.
lives to defend this place.
No, no, no. Hold fire, hold fire. Let's get everybody in. We've lost Zan somehow. How's that managed?
Rook knows you. Oh, yes.
Okay, Zan's got his summon.
Oh, you remember me. What has happened to you?
And alive. Summon pending.
We know only despair now. A fitting punishment for our failure.
Zan dead.
I see. This
Send help.
shore energy has trapped their spirits here to endlessly relive their failure. It feeds on their despair.
Give him 30 seconds.
This is a fate far worse than death. Please, heroes, set their souls free.
He's probably died. Good chance we'll bug it out the first pull anyway. Nearly do every time. People swinging dick far too hard. Aha, he's alive! Oh my god, we actually did it first time. Holy sugar. That never happens. Okay, fine.
Become one with the land you gave your life to protect.
Wasn't there some information sometimes about that 80% of WoW players have up to 4 ults? I think it's in retail now, like, I can't possibly imagine nearly anybody who plays retail has only one character. Like, you'll still have a main, but like, I don't think there's anybody that's like only ever leveled once and just plays that one character and one character only. I think that's probably really uncommon now. I mean, even let's think about it from the point of view of the brand new players to the game. They buy the game, they're incentivized to level a character, plus they get a free boost. So it's like most people are going to have at least 2, even if they're brand new to the game. So the expectations that players don't have a couple more is
With good reason. In the chamber ahead, under our peaceful land, slept the heart of an old god.
While I might have 60 characters, I only really play 1. Yeah, I think a lot of people fall into that category, but it still means that players have access to lots of different characters.
Will enter the heart chamber. Further corruption? Oh no, we are here to stop the corruption and save Pandaria. You wish to purge?
In fairness, some MMOs take ults to silly lengths with like 500 plus character slots. Nobody needs that many.
Let us pass.
It's not about need though, is it? In a video game, this is the thing. It's not about need. I know it sounds ridiculous, but if they just open the floodgates, it would just be challenge accepted. Some people would just spend their life leveling ults. And if that's what you enjoy, you carry on, but
This will be your downfall. Should you wish to defeat the corruption, you will first need to purify the corruption within yourselves. Speak to me again when you are prepared to face your inner demons.
I'm gonna annoy Team YouTube, aren't I? Because my thumbnail and my title on Team YouTube has got nothing to do with Remix. Well, after this raid, we'll be back to the beta.
And I will let you pass.
I wish they'd allow us to have one of each race class combination. They're getting there slowly. They've obviously given us like the BS reasons that, oh, we don't do this for lore reasons. It was like, no, you just want to save something up your back pocket, because like it then means every time they release new class combinations, it generates a big bunch of hype, and people go level those new combinations. All about milking it. All about milking it. Just watched the stream about the professions in War Within. Do you think the epic gem fiasco, e.g. Draenei's having +5 skill pushing the prospect hidden threshold to get... Oh, that's not happening in the War Within. If you've just watched the stream, I did a little jewel crafting overview video a couple of days ago. There's no skill involved in... Sorry, there's no skill rating for prospecting in jewel crafting in the War Within. You can still spec very heavily into jewel crafting, and it will greatly improve your ability to prospect. But your actual skill doesn't make a difference this time round. That's not to say Draenei's racial buff won't have an effect somewhere. But it won't be for prospecting that way.
When you are fully prepared, you may enter the chamber.
Oh. Okay.
The corruption is amplified. The fragments must be purged before it becomes too great. It did not matter.
Incoming raid wipe. Everybody goes boom. It's happening.
They did this. Come, face me. Give in to your
Don't speak, friend. I will take you to the healers.
Nearly everybody's alive.
I will
Speedy,
find
speedy.
you. Try to hold off the
Speedy,
storm
speedy.
as long as you can.
Right, blast. Go. Nice. Nice.
I brought help.
Right, now to the slowest boss in history. Oh, Pride's Gaze. Isn't that what I needed? Why didn't that make my... Hang on. Throne of Thunder, Siege of Orgrimmar. Pride's Gaze. Hello?
Look here. He left his weapon behind.
Oh, the LFR version is different. Don't piss me off with that shit. LFR Ah, Lord have mercy. Okay.
Regent Lord. King Rin's fleet is converging on Orgrimmar as we speak.
Likewise, Sylvanas and I have both sent ships to support Vol'jin's revolution.
Each difficulty has a unique ID. Oh, dear Lord have mercy. Okay, well, ignore LFR.
Destroy Hellscream.
Ignore normal. Heroic. Oh, well, technically I don't need anything off heroic.
It It is always a pleasure
Stupid
to
game.
serve you, Lady Proudmore. Champions, come with me. It's time to settle grievances with our...
Maybe I don't want separate lockouts for the other ones then. I'm already having to do Siege of Orgrimmar 3 times a day. I don't want to do the others 3 times a day. Fine. Our bronze per hour's dropped down a little bit. Oh no, it's reset my bronze this session. What's reset that? Did I do a slash reload or something at some point? Ah, phooey. Oh well. I was carefully trying to track how much bronze we've had today. Safe to say that we've had probably double. That sounds like the equivalent of I can't go for a walk today because I can't find my Fitbit or Apple Watch. Yeah, kinda. Untracked steps don't count. Up to 78.5k from the World Tour so far. Nice. There we go then. Should be 85k by the time we're finished.
We are orcs, pure of blood, commanded by the greatest war chief who ever lived. Your blood will fill this bay.
Can't come into work, I've got to go walk my goldfish. Good luck with that one.
Hello there.
See, it sounds silly, but you can only actually, fun fact, you can only walk your goldfish once.
First Brigade has made landfall.
I see the Dragon Maw have thrown in their lot with Garrosh. My arrows alone cannot bring that monstrosity down.
Strategy, Darkly.
How did you configure auto scrapper to not to add the gems? You can right click and tell it to
Take the
ignore.
towers. Turn the guns onto that proto-drake and blast it from the sky. Some of you will need to
But you can drag it several more times after that. Yeah, I suppose.
The docks and push them into the sea. In the name of Hellscream and the True Horde.
Even if it's dead, it's still your goldfish.
Down quick, so I can wrap my
Alright,
fingers
point
around
proven.
her neck.
You've proven me wrong. Watch the stream where you read through the blue post. I was thinking about rolling Draenei just for prospecting, but it seems like you don't have to bother. Let me get it, like, let me be clear when it comes to the racial buffs for professions. You don't strictly need them for the same reasons that we needed them in Dragonflight. That doesn't mean something won't crop up to where having the racial is a bonus. So if you're making new characters and you're planning on those characters having certain professions, you might as well pair them up with the right racials. There's no harm in not doing it. So if you're making a brand new character, I wouldn't recommend players go out of their way to start swapping their their classes and stuff about just to facilitate it. But if you're making brand new characters anyway, there's no harm in doing it. It's never going to be a negative. Just might not be the big positive, if that makes sense. I wonder if I'll have enough after this to buy all of the heirlooms, actually. I think I will. Oh my god, I definitely will. I'm at 127k on this dude. Yeah, we can buy all the heirlooms after this as well. That's another big ticket thing for me, getting all the heirlooms. Then it's toys, and then it's Mog. The racial ability basically gives you 5 free knowledge points that you would eventually place into the skill node of any profession. Yeah, I don't think it's going to, like I said, I don't think the racials are going to be that impactful. In the early days, until people are trying to like cap their professions and stuff though, you know, if they very aggressively cap the amount of knowledge we can get per week, you will potentially be 5 skill ahead of others. So there'll be this weird scenario where maybe if you've got the right racial, and this is a really skinny opportunity here, if you have the right racial and people are like 95% of the way to something, and that extra 5 for like 1 week allows you to cross the line, it's a really skinny thing that I hope doesn't actually end up being a thing. But like this is one of those, right? If it depends if how aggressive they are with capping knowledge. It's super min-maxy and super sweaty, which even if it is a thing, it'll be a thing for like 6 days, and then everybody else will play catch up, and it won't be a thing again. And more importantly, if you are that close to guaranteeing something, there's always concentration, you know. Why were they good in Dragonflight versus the War Within? Well, they push in Dragonflight, they pushed you much closer to guaranteeing something, and they pushed you into hidden skill value range. Which meant on items where you were never guaranteeing them at top quality anyway, but you wanted to get as close as possible for inspiration procs, you got within like 5%, you'd actually end up proccing top quality significantly more frequently by having the racial. I'm going to be honest, I think it was probably, for the most part, completely unintended, the way that it worked. It just wasn't caught in testing, because it was optimized late in the day. What's my item level? In Remix, maxed. You got full gear in Remix.
I will take that as a compliment. We'll hold the docks for now and marshal the forces. Vol'jin should await you at the gates of Orgrimmar.
Is there a way to get Galacross down with only 1 cannon? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I know this is a thing, because of course people want to try and solo it. I haven't tried soloing Siege of Orgrimmar since like 2nd week. So I'm not entirely sure. But I don't know. I don't know. It has happened, yeah. Like even on stream people have done it. Like he turned up after only being shot once. I don't know how it works. Probably some clever use of game mechanics, you know. Oh my god, look at his health get absolutely carved. Boom.
You may have defeated my war machine, but the gate still stands. You will not take Orgrimmar today.
Fell behind on knowledge points a few weeks into Dragonflight. Felt too far behind and gave up on the professions for the entire expansion. Well, they've said two things so far to hopefully alleviate that problem. They've said that they are both going to cap the amount of knowledge that we gain per week. Now, I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how aggressively that cap is going to be. My suspicion is it's probably going to be no much more than they did during Dragonflight. Meaning that you'll have some weekly quests that will give you some knowledge, and you'll have your first time quests, and there'll be treasures and stuff, but they might not have an ever farmable resource such as dragon shards. I think that's kind of what the hope is here. Which would more or less put like a soft cap on the amount of knowledge that anybody can ever have at any point. Because it'll ultimately be based on the weekly quests more than anything. Once you've collected all the first time stuff. But they've also said that NPC work orders are going to allow for some catch-up of knowledge points if you get left behind for whatever reason. You don't start week 1, or you take a week off, heaven forbid. Whew, Rames again. The only thing they haven't said they're going to do is any sort of like dum-dum protection on the knowledge points. So whilst there will be some catch-up, whilst there will potentially be a little bit more of a cap to how far ahead people can get, there's still not going to be any protection system if you put them in the wrong place. So there's still, at least at this stage, going to be that skill gap of getting it right and getting it right first time. There still won't be an undo button. So, at least there'll be something for people to complain about still. Can't fix all the problems. Otherwise, players have to try really hard to find new ones. That takes energy. Glad they put the catch-up in, because being away for a week on holiday and then being punished in a game feels bad. Yeah. Well, they've also don't expect, like, if you are trying to be meta and you're trying to push and you're trying to get those first-to-market advantages, you still can't take time off, mind. They said NPC work orders are going to kick in quickly. They didn't put any dates to this. They didn't put any numbers to this. NPC work orders will turn on and they will act as a catch-up system at some point. And they said they would like to bring you within, like, a few points, like, within a reasonable range of other people. But we don't know exactly when they're going to start. How impactful they're going to be when they kick in. There's still a lot of things we don't know. As is always the case with beta. Some of it of which I imagine we won't know until the game goes live. Biff boss. Incoming disconnects. Oh, that is timing. That's perfect timing. Everybody on, quick. Go, go, go. Timing on that lift. Since you said Pride's gaze, you've had it twice. Whoops.
Nazgrim has failed us. Corcoran, destroy these intruders.
Yeah, that makes me realise that I might need to do both LFR and flipping normal mode of Siege of Orgrimmar again. Like, more. I thought I'd got past needing to piss about with those. Clearly not. Oh, 2 FPS again. Gotta love the trash. What would you do LFR now? Yeah, for the mogs. There's still apparently a couple of transmogs I need. Which appear to be difficulty specific. Probably reskins or recolors or something in the different difficulties. Fully complete the sets. Oh no, we lost somebody. We had a dead. Nice. Nice. Yeah, we'll finish off in Siege of Orgrimmar. Might go buy some of the heirlooms. That feels like a plan. And then we'll see what time it is. We might not get onto beta today. We might not have too much time left after this, honestly.
We will soon find out.
It's been a little bit refreshing taking a day off beta, though. I've kind of hit the beta pretty hard over the last few days. Must admit, some more gameplay-oriented streaming I'm enjoying.
You and your warriors hold this junction. These heroes should forge ahead and flush the war chief out of
Not that the beta isn't gameplay oriented, but I've spent way too much time looking at professions in Orgrimmar over the last few days.
stop the bloodshed. Come back for you. Very well.
Have there been any new profession changes pushed with the new beta build? There was actually. There was quite a few. Interesting you asked. There was quite a few, and they were undocumented because they were sort of like balance pass changes. So there's nothing in the blue notes about any of this, but a lot of the recipes. Firstly, we have started to see a lot more recipes with recipe location information. A lot of them are now saying that they come from delves, or they come from dungeons, or they're going to be, or they drop from a raid boss sort of thing. So this was a bit of information that we can now see. If you dig through the professions in a little bit more detail, start to see where some of your recipes come from. Secondly, while I don't think this is final, but we did get like a recipe difficulty balance pass. Just split up. We can figure this out. We're sensible people. Just split up. So they had a lot of stuff now. They've increased the difficulty of it massively, so that or in theory, so it's quite clear that this is something you're never going to actually be able to guarantee at quality 3. They've adjusted some of the difficulty of some of the crafted gear. I think it will still take some fine tuning, but like a general overall sweep looks to have been done. Just completed a tuning pass on all reagent difficulty and crafting difficulties, and these changes will show up in the next beta build. That was for this week. Yeah, that was in a blue post or something last week, wasn't it? It didn't make like nothing profession-wise made the actual patch notes this week. But yeah, there was some things that went on. There was probably other things, but you know, this is what happens with undocumented stuff. You got to go find it. It's also one of those where I never understand why Blizzard are like ambiguous in their patch notes and their change log. It's like they'll just say, we have changed this. Well, how have you changed that? Like, surely it'd be, you know, surely it'd be better if you told us how it changed. Then maybe it can actually be tested properly. They tend to be better when it comes to things like class changes. They'll be like, oh, well, we upped the damage of this by 10%, or we nerfed, you know, we reduced the potency of this spell by X amount. Then you see these patch notes where we changed this. Well, how? How? We'll guess. Oh my god, we had lots of deads. Loads of deads. CMs just go over the info they get sent. Oh yeah, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, but it's like, it's the same thing, right? Like, the concept is still the same. If you just say something has changed, you almost might as well not say something's been changed.
Initiating system reset. Module 2 at 50%. Hey, system resetting.
Did they step back from their statement saying you would eventually be able to guarantee Q5 all the time? Or is it some speculation currently that you won't be able to guarantee certain crafts? Well, they have quite openly come out and said that you should be able to guarantee all gear at top quality. And from a little bit of poking around yesterday, I'm led to believe them. I was testing a little bit with leatherworking, and in fact you'll see this in today's video. I've put my leatherworking overview video out. Well, it's not live yet, actually, I don't think. I'll publish it once the stream finishes, so you've all got somewhere to go. But I was playing around with leatherworking and tried to fully spec into, I think, mail armor. To see how it looks, and minus profession gear, I was still close enough so that when I was fully spec'd, 100 skill points, full profession tools, and plenty of points in my spec tree, I was guaranteeing everything gear-wise at top quality. No need for concentration anywhere. Which, in terms of gear crafting, I've slightly changed my opinion on this in the last few days. slightly changed my opinion. I was very gung-ho, very firm on the fact that I thought that having things being guaranteed at top quality was not the way to go. But in reality, there is another side to this story, that if you can guarantee if some players are able to guarantee things at top quality, there's still room for somebody to come in and undercut those players using concentration. Use lower quality materials and use their concentration, because guaranteeing stuff at top quality is going to need quality 3 materials. And if the landscape is such that quality 3 materials are made also relatively expensive because they can only exist when concentration is used to make them, it will still be more expensive to guarantee things at top quality than it will be to use quality 2 materials and throw some concentration at it. So it might be okay. You know, it provides that easy route, and it provides a goblin route, sort of. It's not as elegant as I think it could be, but at the end of the day, they clearly had so many people complaining in Dragonflight that you could never guarantee stuff at max quality, and there was all this dum-dum level inspiration shuffling to get it. That, you know, they've made that go away, while still tried to create a landscape where there is still some room for goblins to move and maybe make a bit of profit here and there. Why is my dude running so slow? Maybe he's still in combat with something. Sounds like exactly what I was saying about I just need to be able to compete. I don't need to do it as well as everybody else. Yeah, just simply having the ability to like be in the same league gives you the chance to compete. And in a way, this consecration, I keep calling it consecration, concentration, this concentration mechanic will allow those people to, well, alright, I'm not going to be able to do this many times a day, but I can undercut the people who are crafting it all day long, standing in Valdrakken. I can undercut those for a couple of crafts a day, using my concentration. And then once I've got my couple of crafts out of the way and I'm out of concentration, then I can go back to playing the game like a normal person and let Mr. Sweaty Goblin that's happy to stand in the capital city crafting all day long, let them keep doing their thing. Obviously, this, unfortunately, is all still very theoretical in terms of that we don't know exactly how it will play out eventually. The worst scenario is that the meta becomes use concentration, use quality 2 materials, and still work for tips, because there's just not enough people that want the gear. If the demand isn't there for it, this is what likely may happen eventually. All of a sudden guaranteeing things at quality 5, sure, I can guarantee it, but then you have to give me quality 3 materials, and people are like, well, I'm not giving you quality 3 materials, it's 10,000 more gold. I'll give you quality 2 materials and you need to use your concentration, and if you don't, then you don't get the order. Like, there's, you know, there's two sides to it, depending just how much people actually want stuff. The lowest common denominator nearly always wins. And the lowest common denominator will probably be using concentration and using quality 2 materials because they're the cheapest, and crafters will just have to deal with it. This is why I say having a one-sided system, such as work orders, where crafters don't really get too much of a say in what goes on, is where the ultimate imbalance lies. Boom. Down he goes. Do with crafters boycott? Good luck with that. People are far too sweaty to make pennies of gold. Do any sort of boycotting. No chance. I get your point, though. Once at max level, hardly anybody wants something lower than max rank gear. Well, this is the thing, right? People will be able to get their max rank gear, and there'll be no problem people getting their max rank gear. So they've kind of smoothed the buying process over a little bit. There will be some frustration with people buying crafted gear, though, that crafters are demanding quality 3 materials, and you know. There'll be a significant difference between the price of quality 3 and quality 2 materials for some time. It will smooth out as time goes on, but short term at least, Q3 materials will be much more expensive. And so that will cause a lot of people to want to use quality 2 materials, especially if the crafter, if the crafter says, you give me the materials, players are going to go to the auction house to get the materials to put their order in, and they'll be like, whoa, 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 hang on. Well, there's a, you know, why are quality 3 materials 3 times the price? Can't you do it with quality 2 materials? Well, yeah, I can, but then I've got to use more concentration. Well, do it then. This is why I don't like the buyer having to provide materials. I get that they need to provide, like, bind-on pickup stuff, like the sparks. This is an unpopular opinion, but I don't think the buyer should be able to provide any mats. Give me the spark, and I'll do the crafter thing and provide the materials. And you just pay me for it. If you don't pay enough, you don't get me crafting for. Fucking hell. Whoops. I'm afraid I'll explain to the buyer that if I need to use concentration, he'll have to pay extra. Well, the only... it will be... See, the problem in Dragonflight was that it was such that... Well, crafters didn't really have much of a leg to stand on, right? Going into the War Within... it will be common knowledge that your concentration is the bottleneck. That will be widely known that I can press this button and I'm only pressing a button, but I can only press the button 3 or 4 times a day, right? If I, you know, that's a crafter's bargaining chip for the first patch of the expansion. Yeah, I can make you your shit, but I can only press this button 3 times today. So if I don't press it for you, because you're not going to pay me enough to press the button, I'll go press it for somebody else. It does give a little bit more of the power back to the crafter. The dynamic is still very heavily swayed towards the buyer, but it still means as crafters you'll be able to turn around and go, well, it's 10,000 gold if you want me to use my concentration on this craft. And somebody can turn around and say, yeah, well, you're just pressing a button, and you can say, well, see you later then. And you'll go press the button for somebody else. In Dragonflight, it was very difficult to counter-argue that you're just pressing the button. You know, the argument there, oh, well, I had to level it up and it took me time and I had to farm up the knowledge points and all of this sort of stuff. The reality is, in that scenario, the person buying the piece of gear off you doesn't give a shit the amount of effort you had to put in. They couldn't care less. Not saying they'll care any more this time round, but there'll be a much more wider understanding of why somebody will be charging to use their concentration. They'll be charging for it because they only have so much of it, and they can only craft 3 or 4 pieces a day. And if you want one of the pieces that they're crafting, well, you're going to have to pay for it. Otherwise, somebody else might come along and want it, sort of thing. It's only subtle, but it's subtle enough that it should make a difference. Whoa, what happened to everybody? Who went boom? What happened to everybody? Like I said, a lot of this is hypothetical though. A lot of this is just like theory crafting. How it will actually play out once the game goes live and is in everybody's hands is kind of anybody's guess, but a little bit like selling transmutes back in the day. Yeah, kind of. It's like, I can only press this, but like with selling a transmute, I can only press the button once a day. Do you want me to press it for you, or should I go press it for the next dude, right? Whereas in Dragonflight, like, crafters didn't really have much to bargain with when it came to charging for crafts. Initially, in the very, very short term, their bargaining tactic was that, well, I have the recipe and I've also got and I can also craft it at this. But the more time that went on, the less bargaining chips crafters had with this. To the point where today they have practically no bargaining chips, other than the fact they might be the only person online actually filling orders, because everybody else is pissed off and is doing something else.
You are an orc no longer, and speak for none but yourself. You betrayed our people to forge your fragile alliances, and I will take great pleasure.
Up to 95k from the world tour. 100k a day from doing a heroic sweep. It's not bad, is it really? Not bad, not bad.
Mistake I made long ago. Spirits of the wind, the earth, the water, hear my call. Come to my fool. My dark shaman have twisted and tortured the elements for miles around. They cannot hear you.
Or just hear me out, fuck work orders. Well, I hate to say it, this is the reality that I sit in. I can, you know, I can put my brain into gear and I can try and guesstimate how players might take to it. But the reality is, for the most part, I won't do it because it's just far too much like hard work. I don't want to play customer service. I didn't want to play customer service in Dragonflight. I still don't want to play customer service. $600k from... No, 100k. Can you sim your Mop Remix character? I have no idea. Oh, you can. Deleted. Working at IT service desk, so I'm used to dealing with annoying people. Made pretty good money from work orders. See, the same argument there for me is, especially if you do that sort of shit for work, why would you come home and want to do more of it? Like, is it not relatively draining as a job to do in the first place? Sheesh, last thing I ever want to do is come home and do more. That's why I've been such a big advocate for like a notice board or something for crafters to turn around and say, hey, look, this is what I can do. Until something like that is implemented, I'm unlikely to care too much about work orders. Focusing your slam on me, you dumb. And dead. Nice. Nice. Loads of bronze. Good job, boys and girls. Good job, good job. And that is the world tour for today done. Pretty lucrative that, you know. Not gonna lie. Pretty lucrative. This gear gone. $103,000 bronze from the world tour. Not bad, not bad. I don't even know how much bronze I still need, honestly, at this point. I'm up to 147k right now. 500k across my account still. I don't even know how much I still technically need. Or, let's do the... on this character, I need 323,000 bronze. I've got 147. So, realistically, I'm only a couple of days away of doing heroic sweeps to have everything from bronze as well. The only reason I haven't got it by this point anyway is because I've been slacking. But that's cool. Much closer. Much closer. What's the add-on for scrapping? It's called Easy Scrap? Easy Scrap. Think about it myself then. Righty. I was going to go buy all the heirlooms, wasn't I? Where do I buy all the heirlooms from? One of you sells me the heirlooms. Figured this out the other day. It's you, isn't it? The heroic and the mythic one. Yes, here we go. How much is it for all of these? I got loads. What about the ones I can't use? Do I get them just by buying them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Assume that's all of them. I'm going to assume that's all of them. Nice.
Do not share what I have said.
I wonder if I can just save keepings, throw them in the bank. Probably don't need all these epics in my bag anymore, do I really? Let's be real. Probably not going to do anything with these ever. Why do I have a gem in there? I'm just going to take all of these out. We're just going to break all of these down now. Why were they in there? I don't know why they were there. These are in here. These are my 556. These are my blues from before. These are my blues from before I switched to epics. There's part of me that's keeping these in case we can ever break these down for a refund. That's really the only reason I've kept those about. Right, we'll put all the heirlooms in there though. The rest of this trash, we're just going to break it all down for bronze. No point keeping it about now. And never going to do gear changing again, am I? Let's be real. I've actually run out of space. Whoops. Might as well scrap the gems too. Yeah, I've got about 40k just in gems just lying there. Kind of, this is like my piggy bank. This is kind of like my rainy day fund. But when we get like close to the end and I really can't be bothered to do another sweep of like heroics for the day, I can just disenchant all my gems in one go. Get it done that way. Right, there we go. Right, that should be everything now. Beautiful. Let's do a quick check on the account wide mode. Account mode, we are up to... we're still not even 50% on account mode. There's no way I'm going to get everything. There's no way I'm going to want to do everything all over again on like cloth and everything. I'm just not going to do it, am I? Not going to happen. If I can get everything for my hunter though, that's the plan. I can get everything with bronze. Not going out there aggressively farming on too much stuff though. Buy out the world of power vendor. The other ones will be easy. The yeah, the final things we're missing should end up very quickly being just a handful of the weapons that the world drops. 6 to 12 sets a day. You can buy the cloth, the leather, the plate, the ensembles on a hunter. Yeah, I know I can. I know I can. It's, I kind of, like, there's part of me that wants to level a couple of more characters now that this bronze buff has come in. I'm probably not going to prioritize it much, especially not over beta things, but there is definitely part of me that, like, I'd like to level my warlock. I'd like to play a paladin, because paladins are fun and blasty in the first place. In Remix, they're probably even more ridiculously fun and blasty. So there's part of me that would like to do a few things like that. I just haven't decided if I'm going to or if I will. It's... Boys and girls, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. I know I started the stream a little bit late, and the streams have been a bit shorter the last few days, but I think it's kind of a little bit too late to start jumping on beta and doing stuff over there. I have some stuff to do on beta, but this is more like off-stream stuff. I could do with maybe recording another couple of the profession videos. So I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you all for joining. I apologise to Team YouTube how I've deceived you the entire day on what we're actually meant to be doing. It still says leveling 70, 80. I will change the thumbnail and change the title for the VOD over on YouTube in a minute, because we didn't touch beta at all today. But yeah, we'll jump on the beta tomorrow. We'll jump on the beta tomorrow. We'll have a little poke around. It's Friday tomorrow, isn't it? It's Friday tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the last day of my stream streak, because I have to take a day off on Saturday. Because I'm not even in the house. I'm not even here. So what I think is going to be a 32-day stream streak will come to a close. Tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you, boys and girls. I am about to press the go live button on my leatherworking video over on YouTube, my leatherworking first look. So let's get that live, and let's give you guys the link to that one. Go and watch it. Make sure to press the like button on it. Give it some early juice for the YouTube algorithm. Right. Go watch today's video, boys and girls. This is my overview for leatherworking. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Peace.